Hello and welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie. It's been a while, and I've since 100%ed the game, but you saw that. And now I've decided to come back and show you some secrets that I missed. The first one is in Bottles' house. In order to get access to this one, you must first... I want an extra life, because I never grabbed it before. Alright, you must first have gotten the Sandcastle Jiggy in Treasure Trove Cove, which looks like this. Okay, now that you've seen that, we're back here. In Banjo's house, all you need to do is look at the picture of Bottles that we just met at the beginning of this game. We didn't know who he was, but we had a picture of him above our fireplace. And as he says, you can win a mystery prize. And he takes us to a magical place, which is apparently also my room. And he tells you how to do this, and it's a special moving picture puzzle. It's a pretty fun departure from the rest of the game. In Banjo-Tooie, you will be doing this to unlock worlds. In King Jingling's... King? Lord? I don't know what his title is, I don't remember. But you'll be doing it in his chambers. And it's just real simple, just control Banjo's hand to finish the puzzle as it moves around. And there's I don't know if I said this, but there's 7 of these puzzles in this game. Which, you got the one in Banjo's house, and then they'll feature a few levels in the lair. You can just do them one at a time, you don't have to leave the house or anything. And you'll always get that 100-second time limit, which is more than enough time, as you can see. Especially for this first one. The next ones get quite difficult. Or at least more difficult. Now see, this here is why you need to have unlocked that Jiggy, so you can have access to the sandcastle floor. And you get Bottles bonus 1. And so you go to the sandcastle, enter that, and you'll get the secret. I'm not going to show you the secret, because A, I don't have time, and B, I have other things planned. So yes, that was the first moving picture puzzle. Next is the stop and swap secrets. These stop and swap is a whole thing in the fandom for this game. It was going to be implemented as a way to connect Banjo-Kazooie to Banjo-Tooie, but Rare either didn't have time or some other circumstance happened, and they weren't able to actually implement it fully in Banjo-Tooie, which is unfortunate. So we will pick this up in Treasure Trove Cove. Alright, here we are in Treasure Trove Cove. With the sandcastle, first of all. Oh, which apparently you do need each time you come in to sink the water level by putting the eggs into Leaky, the bucket. But because this is on the Xbox, you don't need to do that, and you can see that Shark Food Island over there has risen out of the sea. Now, this happens on this when you get a save file on the same memory unit, same hard drive as Banjo-Kazooie. With you get a save file for Banjo-Tooie, which is also available on the arcade, or Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. You get a little frame rate lag showing up here, because I guess it's not used to this. But there's actually an entrance. This is shown at the end of the credits. This little area by the moving pictures Mumbo Jumbo shows you. Of course, in that picture, this particular egg is not shown on the Xbox because whoever was doing this missed a jump about here and fell and decided to, instead of reshooting it, just leave that in the game. Even though in every other, or in the other two moving pictures, you see the secret. I don't know why that happened. But this is what you get. A pink egg with question marks. These, like I said, it was going to be implemented in Banjo-Tooie. There's a whole canon made up about it, I figure. I can't actually speak to that. I shouldn't have said that. But like I said, there are 6 of these. I didn't say that, but there are 6 of these, and once you get a save file for Banjo-Tooie or Banjo-Kazooie, or Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, in this, let me pick it up. Double fanfare. Oh, and the 7 stop. Oh, he actually teases it. Wow. Nuts and Bolts adventure. Yeah. Huh. In the original N64, if Banjo says anything at all, he says it will help him in Banjo-Tooie. Speaking of the Nintendo 64, you can actually get these in the 64 version. Not by having a save file in Banjo-Tooie. That would be too easy. Oh, Snacker came back. That's okay, I'm fast. Anyway, by going into the sandcastle right here and entering the code cheat and then the words "out of the sea it rises to reveal more secret prizes," and that should be up on the screen right now, so you know exactly how to spell it if you're playing on the 64. You can also enter that code in the 360 if you don't have Banjo-Tooie or Nuts and Bolts. Then Bottles will come up and say, "Are you sure you want to do this?" It will disable saving because it's an actual cheat. So there is that. Now there's 5 more of those. The next one is in Gobi's Valley, as shown by Mumbo Jumbo after the credits, after you get all 100 jiggies. And 900 notes, I think. You also have to get all the notes. Anyway, we'll pick up there. Here we are in my 100% completed Gobi's Valley. Now, as you may remember from Mumbo Jumbo, you can see it in the background there. There is that area where you presumably got the last 5 notes, music notes, in this level, and you encountered Gobi for the last time, and he gave you a empty honeycomb piece. Now this door is open. In order to open the door without having the next Banjo-Kazooie game, you should enter cheat again. A desert door opens wide. Ancient secrets wait inside. And again, that should be up on the screen. You get this nice little fanfare, and you climb up this stuff. And this is actually a ground pound button. You have to use the Beak Buster. And I'm just exploring for no reason at all. And it opens the tomb to reveal the blue mystery egg. And then Banjo says something. This time, oh wow, he's actually mentioning, referencing the fact that this is a remake of the original game. That they've never done that previously in this level, or in this game. So that's interesting to know. So yes, that is a second egg. The next one up is the ice key in Freezy Peak. So we will pick up there. And here we are back on the mountain. So, this time it's an ice key, which is much different. That's not the right. Much different than the eggs. In two respects. One, obviously, it isn't an egg, it's a key. It's much bigger than an egg. I guess that's a third hidden respect. The second respect I was thinking of is it is actually used in Banjo-Tooie to unlock an ice safe that contains a special secret transformation for Kazooie. Now, the ice is visibly broken. Due to the code, if you don't have a future Banjo-Kazooie game, the code is, now you can see, or rather, cheat, now you can see a nice ice key, which you can have for free. Oh, now Kazooie says something. We should keep this. I may have cut Kazooie off by getting so close to Waza there. But when you do it yourself, I assume you will do it yourself, you will undoubtedly be able to hear the whole thing. I'm kind of running low on health. Doesn't matter. Next up, Mad Monster Mansion, which will contain actually two separate eggs. The only world to contain more than one Stop and Swap secret. Oh, that's the igloo. Okay. See you there. Here we are in Mad Monster Mansion. The first egg that I will get is the green one. The code for this one, which I will look at after getting some health, killing that bat, is amidst the haunted gloom, a secret in the bathroom. And that lets us know that we are heading for the bathroom, which is in the... If it's not in this one, it's in the other one. Nah, that was the wrong window. Apologies. Here's the right one. The bathroom. And it is not in the shower, as I assumed it would be, but it is on top of Lago. You couldn't see it before I grabbed it, but it was indeed there. Apparently our protagonists have no more to say about these Stop and Swap secrets. There. Oh, that went flying. Now, the second egg in Mad Monster Mansion is the light blue egg. We already had the blue one. That was in Gobi's Valley, in case you forgot. It is in the cellar. The code to make it appear if you don't have Banjo-Tooie is, don't you go and tell her about the secret in her cellar. If you remember from the first run through, this little... See, there it is. This keg had an X on it and couldn't be broken. Which was really your... well, I guess the fourth clue. It's the fourth thing we've gotten, and it's the fourth clue. Or it's the fifth one we got. It's the fourth clue, because you could tell Shark Food Island in Treasure Trove Cove, there's no reason for it to be out there, except for if it houses a secret. There's no reason for the X on the cellar. That's number 4. There's no reason for the door in Gobi's Valley that leads to nowhere. That could have just been easily have just been an alcove. And you saw the ice key in Freezezy Peak. Anyway, next we will be in Rusty Bucket Bay. Here we are in Rusty Bucket Bay. The code for this egg is this secret you'll be grabbing in the captain's cabin. Oops, camera changed and caused me to get hit by the cat. I believe this porthole is to the captain's cabin. Nope. It's close. It is a cabin, but it is not the captain's. I know it's on this side of the ship. Yes. The red egg. Captain was keeping it safe. Because as I think I mentioned in my playthrough of Rusty Bucket Bay, in the bridge of the ship there is a map of Treasure Trove Cove with an X on Shark Food Island, suggesting that the captain is looking for the Stop and Swap secrets. I'm assuming on behalf of Gruntilda. Or maybe Gruntilda is the captain. Maybe. Maybe it's, the captain in Banjo-Tooie. I forget his name. Anyway, the final Stop and Swap item is in Clockwood. Now, I'm not sure which season, or if it even matters. Okay, here we are, in winter. You have to break his window. But yes, this is the correct season. Don't make the same mistake I did. Go directly to Clock Winter. Grab the final Stop and Swap secret. We found all of them. They know that they found all of them. Tits. Nuts and bolts. Yeah, nuts and bolts. They actually do use them. But for those of you who don't know, Nuts and Bolts was a grand departure from the Banjo-Kazooie formula. It was, instead of a, quote, collect-a-thon that this and Banjo-Tooie is, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is a kart racer, build your own car adventure. It's not really a kart racer, but a lot of the things are races. Yeah, it's very different from Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Rare states that the reason it happened was because they kept building on the worlds and they got too big to explore on foot, so they decided to implement a vehicle-based game, which, don't get me wrong, as a vehicle builder, it's pretty good, but as a Banjo-Kazooie game, it's just not a Banjo-Kazooie game. It's a good game. You should buy it if you like Races, and, well, not races. It's not just a racing game, because just because it has cars doesn't mean it's a racing game. If you like building your own cars, there is totally a market for that, and I recognize that. It's just not Banjo-Kazooie. It shouldn't have been Banjo-Kazooie, in my opinion. It could have been a new franchise or something, but what's done is done. Now, the cool thing, I think, about Stop and Swap is it is actually in the start menu. This is true in the N64 as well. And when I noticed, when I went through on my 64, that this Stop and Swap screen, once you get the eggs, after you enter the codes, is there, and then for every file you start on that cartridge, it is still there. I actually don't know what happens if you were to delete your primary cartridge where you entered the codes and actually got the eggs, because I haven't done that. I've never deleted my very first playthrough. It has like 80 hours in it. I have no idea what I did for all that time, because as shown by the walkthrough I've just done, and by my totals page, which is all the way back here, I beat this in under 7.5 hours. I just spent about a half an hour doing this, so that's under 7 hours. I have no idea how I spent 80 hours in the original game, but it's happened. It says it's happened. I must have just really liked it. And of course, I was 8 years old when the game came out, so I probably wasn't very good at video games. This was one of my first. Also, a little addendum, I guess. After you enter the codes for the eggs and the ice key, there should be, at least on the 64, I don't know about the 360, because I have Banjo-Tooie, so I didn't enter the codes in this one. There should be a cutscene showing the secret appearing in its location. I don't know if that means you actually see the egg appear, or if you just see, like, Shark Food Island. If you remember, Shark Food Island was just a little bit above the ocean, and then it just shows Shark Food Island risen out of the ocean, and it shows that the wall in Gobi's Valley is missing. Or if it actually shows the egg and the interior of those places. I don't know, and I can't actually check unless I delete my Banjo-Tooie file, and I don't plan on doing that. So, I want to thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for my next series, which will not be Banjo-Kazooie, or Banjo-Tooie. It will not be Banjo-related in any way, shape, or form, except in that I am Banjo1812. You have been watching my series, and thank you, and good night.